With Gavin Newsom getting term limited out of the governor's office in 2026, the race to replace him has begun.
Riverside County Sheriff Bianco is running for governor in 2026. He announced his campaign today in Riverside, becoming the first major Republican in the race.
But can a Republican actually win the state? With the disaster that many saw as mismanaged, perhaps the time for a change in a new direction has never been more possible. But with others potentially joining the fray, like RFK's ex-running mate Nicole Shanahan and a certain word salad spewer, the race is just getting started. But let's take a look at why Sheriff Bianco has many on the right excited about a potential governorship.
This love affair that our governor and our state legislature have with criminals is based on the belief that criminals are not responsible for their own actions. They're a victim of society. And really, it's our fault. And I'm wondering if I'm having a change of heart and deciding that, you know what, maybe I've been wrong. And I think I'm going to change teams. I think it's time that instead of letting them out of jail and giving them alcohol and drugs and everything else, I think it's time we put a felon in the White House. Trump 2024, baby.
From the beginning, I told you that I would not be enforcing the stay-at-home order, partly because I trusted our residents' ability to do the right thing without the fear of being arrested. I refuse to make criminals out of business owners, single moms, and otherwise healthy individuals for exercising their constitutional rights.
You can't arrest somebody for going out and exercising in public or not wearing a mask. At the same time, they're trying to force me to release real criminals from jail. They want me to make criminals out of law-abiding citizens that are, trying to support a family. It doesn't make sense anymore.
The dictatorial attitude toward California residents while dining in luxury, traveling, keeping his business open, and sending his kids to in-person private schools is very telling about his attitude toward California residents, his feelings about the virus, and it is extremely hypocritical.
We have been infected by liberal judges appointed by a progressive liberal governor or governors that are destroying our criminal justice system and causing what to all of us is our biggest issue in California, and that is rising crime, homelessness, drugs, all of those issues.
Thousands upon thousands of criminals are being released from custody early, crime is increasing, and our governor is closing prisons instead of building new ones. It defies common sense. The driving force in our crisis is a radical, progressive agenda fraudulently called criminal justice reform. This is nothing short of a sick and twisted social experiment where law enforcement is the bad guy and criminals are somehow victims of society and not responsible for their actions, their crimes, or accountable to their countless victims. I will do everything I can within the confines of the sanctuary state laws of California to cooperate with ICE to remove criminals from our jails. I will also continue to fight to reform an extremely dangerous sanctuary state law forced upon us by reckless politicians that forces federal immigration officials from ICE into our communities to find these criminals rather than removing them from the safety of our county jails.
How do you keep people from moving out of state? What can you do as governor?
We have to fix the things that are driving them out. They're driving them out because we pay far too much in taxes. We are not getting any benefit from those taxes. Our tax money is being wasted by our government. The regulations here for building, you can't afford a home here. It's impossible to buy a home. It's so sad that you have young couples that are trying to find friends to go in halves on to buy a house. There's something seriously wrong with that system, and it's the government that's caused it. So the price of gas, the price of food, harming our farmers to put them out of business, which eventually drives the cost of food up for Californians, it absolutely makes no sense. So if we fix those issues, then the people will come back.